internet is a vast place, covering most of the planet, kinda like the ocean. But it's also a brutally unforgiving place, kinda like the ocean, and is chock full of salt, kinda like a big room full of salt. But from the waves and riptides, sometimes emerges a legend like queer kid stuff. And I refer specifically to the legend of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun. Icarus being Lindsay, and the sun being openly talking about sex to children ages 3 and up. But such an event in history cannot be documented by just one scholar, so it's time to call in some outside help. We need someone with a soft exterior, but a heart of stone, and preferably covered in a fine fuzz. Introducing Peach Balie.
Hey Uncle, thanks for having the patience to finally collab with me. Our energy levels have to be matching though, so let me get into this. Whoo! What's on the menu today? Queer kid stuff on consent. Is that a joke? Uncle? Uncle?
Are you ready, girl?
No,
This is happening.
And I'm Teddy.
Welcome to Queer Kid Stuff.
Well, either that was some piss poor editing, or Lindsay doesn't want her name on this one. Given the theme of the episode, that might just be the smartest thing she's ever done.
Today we're talking about consent.
Fuck, here we go then. We're witnessing history here, people. Lindsay is gonna skirt around the subject of rape, and I thought my videos were getting darker. Oh shit, I hope she doesn't demonstrate on the bear. It would give us the evidence we need to rescue the poor thing and find out what happened to the real Teddy, but at what cost, man?
All are part of one big family. Gaming's happy. Queer kid stuff. You are enough here at Queer Kid Stuff.
That cloud is gonna have to go a lot fucking faster if you're hoping to get away with this one, Lindsay.
Welcome to another episode of Queer Kid Stuff. Today we're talking about consent.
It's not a word generally considered to be in a kiddie's vocabulary, is it? To the point that any parents hearing their child use that word would ask where they learned it. Then 3 child psychologists and a detailed investigation later, they're being asked to point to a specific part of a doll's body for the jury.
You ready, Teddy?
Ready.
Teddy,
Yes, Lindsay?
have you noticed that I always ask you if something is okay before I do it? Ready, Teddy? You ready, Teddy? Ready, Teddy?
I guess so.
And that I always wait for you to say yes before I keep going?
Ready. 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 Yes.
Not one of those voices was the same.
Well, that's what consent is. Consent is about consenting or giving permission to someone for something.
Sex, Lindsay! You're talking about sex. You've been talking about sex for 34 fucking videos now.
So, saying yes is consent.
Yes, saying yes to someone is giving that person your consent. The easiest example is sharing. When someone asks you to share your toy with them,
I don't want to think about the kind of toys you have, and you better not be sharing them with anyone without getting a fucking blood test first.
I'm having a crisis of reality over here. She's talking to a stuffed bear about the concept of sharing toys. Is Teddy a toy? Does Teddy have other toys? Does this imposter Teddy exist in a reality like Ted, the movie, where a stuffed bear can just be a sentient life form with a job and shit and we just don't question it? Uncle, help!
you can always say yes or no. When you're playing with someone, you should share your toys because it's a nice thing to do, but you always have that choice to give or not give consent.
Except when you're too young to give consent for something, and therefore even your positive consent is by all legal and moral arguments non-consent.
What if it's a special toy?
Oh, fuck no. This is getting... I'm pretty good at finding hidden or second meanings to things, but for this, I don't even have to make an effort. It's shining out like a fucking Christmas tree.
And you don't want another bear to break it.
What if you don't want another bear to break it? Uncle, there's more than one fucking sentient bear! There must be communities of them. What if OG Teddy was offered up by the other bears as a sacrifice?
That might be a time to say no and not give your consent. The most important thing to remember about consent is that you should always respect when someone else says no.
If that were a universal truth, then no one would have joined Project Mayhem in Fight Club, G.I. Jane would have never passed her training, and the Huffington Post wouldn't have been able to write this article.
That is their choice to make, not yours. Even if you might not like their choice, you should always respect it because they probably have a good reason.
Bullshit! History is full of fucking weak no's. There's Darth Vader. No! The Scorpion King. No! And Muppets in Space. No! All pretty big no's, but none of them as big as yours.
Just like you always have a choice to say yes or no when someone asks to hug you.
Hugging. We're using hug. This is so Peach, I'm gonna kick off, mate.
I think we've both given Lindsay the benefit of the doubt for a long time, Uncle, but my patience has worn extremely thin. You could say my Lindsay apologetics has reached its end.
Okay, got it. I can only play with someone else's toy when they say I can.
Exactly. It's really important to remember that yes always means yes, and no always means no.
No, Lindsay. A child's yes does not always mean yes, you fucking imbecile. How are you putting this on the internet? I'm having fucking flashbacks right now.
I feel like if parents were introduced to sexual situations in like a non-friendly manner or kind of just like invited in, like I think at the time that people, like the kids would not have an issue with it. They'd probably just be curious.
They do have curiosity, sexual curiosity, where they're curious about genitals and adultery. And yeah, they like all genders.
Any answer that isn't the word yes also means no.
So, at the beginning of every episode, when you ask Teddy if he's ready and he replies, ready, that's not actually consent, is it? And don't test me on this, Lindsay. I've covered an ungodly amount of your videos. I probably know more about your channel than you do.
So, yes means yes, no means no, and other things mean no too?
Yes.
Fucking hell, Peach, we could have put half the effort into this video by working from the Lindsay playbook and just repeating what we say.
Uncle, do you mean that we could have put in half the effort into this video by working from the Lindsay playbook and just repeating what we say?
I fucking knew you were gonna say that.
Here, I've got a little song to help us out.
Oh, fuck no. We don't want this. We do not want this. No means no.
It goes a little something like this, and you can help us out too.
No, stop. I'm triggered as shit right now. I have never and will never consent to ukulele. I won't fucking do it.
If someone asks, do you wanna play, and you don't wanna say no,
You have to admire Lindsay's fingering though, don't you? Do you think she smells them afterwards?
it's a-okay to say nay, not yay, if you don't wanna say no.
Hold on, is she saying you don't want to say no? Fuck me, that's subliminal, isn't it? If some people can blame violence on computer games, how has this shit not been on the fucking news?
If you want to play, you should say yes, so all your friends don't have to guess.
Look, I know you're trying to skirt around the subject, Lindsay, but you can't do a video on consent and then go on to rape everyone's ears.
And everyone knows.
Lindsay, please, I can't take it.
But some other words mean no.
If everyone knows it, Lindsay, then why must you subject us to this? That's another fucking song that's going to be stuck in my head for days. Thanks for that.
Maybe means no. Perhaps tomorrow means no. Not now.
Uncle, please make her stop. I can't take this on a physical or emotional level.
No need to stress. We could play dress up, or we could even play chess.
What is she talking about? I'm an adult and I can't understand the lyrics. How the fuck is she meant to be communicating to kids? Uncle!
The answer is not yes. Then it means no.
Holy shit, thank fuck that's over. I can't take hearing Teddy scream no while Lindsay just carries on. I bet she's sporting a massive erection beneath that table right now. And would it kill you to wear a bra? Look at those tits, flat earthers. There's your proof gravity does exist. So anyway, there we go. Queer Kid Stuff delivers in achieving brand new levels of fuckery and teaching kids all about a thing they cannot legally give for well over a decade. Thanks for watching, guys. Special thanks to the elegant Peach Balie for helping me tackle this cacophony of AIDS.
No worries, you piece of shit. Thanks for putting me through that. And remember, it's okay for Drunken Uncle to tackle this because he's always intoxicated, but it's not okay to inflict this on your sober friends.
If you aren't subscribed to her already, do yourself a favour and go slurp up some of that video-y goodness. The link is in the description, and remember, no always means no, except on opposite day.